One thing that really saddens me is seeing ordinary working class people voting against their own self-interest, voting for policies that actually harm them, their families, their friends, and their communities. Why would people do that to themselves? The truth is, I know why. I did it myself. In the 2015 general election, I voted for the Conservatives. All of this talk of tightening our belts seemed common sense to me. The country was in debt and it needed paying off. When they said, we're all in this together, I believed them. That's how we're all brought up, isn't it? You work hard, you do your best, and you pay your debts. But looking back now, I didn't think nor realise who was going to be paying off those debts, because it wasn't the well-off, it wasn't big business, and it wasn't the bankers that got us into this mess in the first place. It was people like you and me. While they got tax cuts and corporate welfare, all we got was austerity and a pay freeze. Vital services that millions of ordinary people rely on were cut to the bone. People working all the hours God sends, but they're still struggling to keep their heads above water. They said, we're all in this together, and we believed them. Now they're just pissing on us and calling it rain. But the truth is, it wasn't just the politicians that lied. There's a whole industry dedicated to spreading lies. Our press is owned by a handful of billionaires, and what scares them most is the idea that millions of us use our vote to change a system that benefits them over us. That's why they plough mountains of money and effort into protecting their interest by persuading others to vote against their own, to keep us divided and play us against each other. Whether it's immigrants, people on benefits, whether it's the working poor, the homeless, the old versus the young, anything to distract us from the real problem. The fact that our system is set up to benefit them and screw the rest of us. And they will demonise and attempt to destroy anyone that tries to suggest things can change. But what's really interesting is most people in this country are actually left-wing, even if they don't realise it. Supporting things like nationalising our rail, water, utilities, keeping the NHS out of private hands. Everyone can see our society is deeply unequal and that we need to do something about it. If you ask people if they support ideas like these, most of them will say yes. But if you tell them that these are Labour policies, their opinions change. That's how powerful the media is in Britain. Truth is, a free press owned by the mega-rich isn't a free press. It's a propaganda tool used for one purpose in mind, keeping the status quo. But we can change that if we want to. I'm not telling you what to think, but I am asking you to just stop listening to these clowns. They couldn't give a toss about me or you. They never have, and they never will. The path to a brighter future begins when we all realise this. I did, and it's the best thing I've ever done. Apart from my kids, of course.